Hey, hi there, guys. Warren here. Welcome back to another book critique. And if you're new to the channel, this is critique in the classical sense, where we're taking lessons from stories from the book, or lessons themselves from the book, not so much critiquing the book itself and the author, but looking for those nuggets, like I like to call them. And the book today that we are reviewing or critiquing is Ikigai. And it's by Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles. They're also the best-selling authors of the book of Ichi. And I will do an episode on that one because I am currently reading it. But Ikigai, you're wondering, what is Ikigai? And I will just read it to you based on what the authors found in their research in interviewing folks. So let me tell you pretty much what the book is about first, and that will give you some context. So Ikigai urges individuals to simplify their lives by pursuing what sparks joy for them, much in the same way that the life-changing magic of tidying up emphasizes choosing what we want to keep and not what we want to get rid of. Ikigai demonstrates that aging could be an opportunity to keep working, keep smiling, keep active, and keep being social. That's the synopsis, a snapshot of the belief, because it is a belief. But according to the Japanese, everyone has an Ikigai. Some people have found their Ikigai while others are still looking, though they carry it within them. I'll read that again. Some people have found their Ikigai while others are still looking, though they carry it within them. Our Ikigai is hidden deep inside each of us, and finding it requires a patient search. According to those born on Okinawa, the island with the most centurions in the world, our Ikigai is the reason we get up in the morning, and they think it's represented, and this is their belief, that what we love, which is our passion, and what we're good at, which is our profession, attached to what we can get paid for, which is our vocation, and what the world needs, which is their mission. Taking that and understanding that internally and living that externally is our Ikigai. At least that's my understanding. And I think that is the basic gist of it, of the book. And they go into this very small village in Okinawa and hang out basically with these folks and see and do what they do every day to stay young. And here's the big takeaway that I have before I give you a little bit more of the book, because there's no huge lesson here, except what you will notice if you choose to read the book, and I'll just tell you without any spoilers, is you will notice zero trends, okay? Zero trends. What do I mean by that? No, this scheme, and if you do this added with this and take this, there's none of that. It is the three basic things. It is the three basic things that our happier, healthier life, in terms of internal health and external health too, because, you know, once your internal health starts to be better, I would assume our external health follows. Three things. Exercise, and they watch what they eat, and they don't follow the next guy. There are groups that do certain things together in the book, but you'll find that most of them just do basic things, and it's not what you would think. It's not, going in a gym and throwing around iron. These people are not young per se either, but some of them probably could. But that is not what they do. They move. That's it. They go out in their gardens and they tend their gardens and wave at other people as they walk by and have a conversation. But that's it. They don't follow the crowd, the herd. They watch what they eat and they exercise. That's it. Balance in everything. Balance. And there are 5 blue zones in the world, and I want to share them with you because I was surprised where one is. But why am I sharing the blue zones with you? Because they follow the same trends as this small village in Okinawa. And Okinawa holds first place, by the way, among the world's blue zones. I'll give you another nugget. In Okinawa, women in particular live longer and have fewer diseases than anywhere else in the world. And they do nothing extreme except what I just told you. The thing is, they're disciplined. They do it every day, or at least when their bodies will allow them to do it. And I'm sure even then they fight through some of it. But it's just discipline. Discipline. Nothing superficial, nothing over the top. Discipline. All right, here they are. Okinawa, Japan, especially the northern part of the island, where the locals eat a diet rich in vegetables and tofu, typically served on small plates. Number 2 is Sardinia, Italy, specifically the northern provinces of Nuoro and Oglistra, where locals on this island consume plenty of vegetables and 1 or 2 glasses of wine per day. As in Okinawa, the cohesive nature of this community is another factor directly related to longevity. Number 3 is Loma Linda, California, where researchers studied a group of Seventh-day Adventists who are among the longest living people in the United States. That one was the one that surprised me. I didn't think we would land on the top 5. Number 4 is the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, where locals remain remarkably active after 90. Many of the region's older residents have no problem getting up at 5:30 in the morning to work in the fields. And number 5 is Icaria, Greece. One of every 3 inhabitants of this island near the coast of Turkey is over 90 years old, compared to less than 1% of the population of the United States. A fact that has earned it the nickname the Island of Long Life. The local secret seems to be a lifestyle that dates back to 500 BC. So, Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Again, the word secret is actually deceptive because it isn't a secret. It's, again, watching what they eat, having community, and that is balanced too, because if you're a regular to the channel, you know that I know that community matters, but it's tough for me. But they find a balance to make community a part of being happier. Because another thing I noticed in the book is that they're not chasing happiness. They're just doing things that make them happier, and it's all in balance. Once they've reached what that balance is for them, there is no more seeking. There's no more seeking. And there were some stories where some people ate specifically at some times, but for the most part, because of how and what they're eating, usually in very small portions, they eat whenever. another myth busted. But a pretty easy read, an afternoon maybe a couple days, a day left undisturbed. But yeah, no tricks, no secrets, no trends, no anything. And oh, by the way, no real medical issues that requires medicines outside of the ones that are proven through the natural things that they grow in their yards. But I understand it's a small village, and I haven't been to the other 4 places. I've been to Japan, so I know what the small villages really look like when they say small villages. So compared to the rest of the world, I have to be realistic, and I have to be pragmatic, all right? I understand that not everyone is going to have a little garden to tend, and not everyone is going to eat their herbs and drink their tea and get to walk every day and play whatever sports they still can play. I understand. But balance. If we go back to just understanding that the band cannot keep playing the same song all night, and that with the issues we have as a society in terms of how the cost of taking care of ourselves medically is, if we balance these little things to stave off the big things, there is no harm in that. So for the cynic who would say, those are little places with, aging people and they have nothing better to do, that might be true. It's a little harsh and cynical, but it might be true. But it doesn't require that to have balance. Balance can be had wherever, all right? And I think if nothing else, we can take that from them and just balancing it out and understand that the trends are fleeting, because the habits that I found in here that I already mentioned are habitual, like the word really means. They do it every day. They're very disciplined. And again, you'd say, don't have the time. If you are the arbiter of your life's happiness, and you believe that the true currency of your life is your happiness, you'll find some time, all right? Don't mean to be preachy, but I think little books like this remind us that we just need to slow down a little bit and go back to how we used to live. I just mentioned 500 BC, right? As far back as that village in Greece dates back to 500 BC, doing the basic things. So it works. It works is my point. We need to check our egos at the door and realize that, again, the band can't play the same song all night. All right? Just wanted to share that with you. So until our next book critique, that was the Ikigai by Hector Garcia and Francesc Morales. All right? So with that said, be good out there. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And we'll talk again soon. I'll see you.